What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to Ryan Harris for the donation to the channel via the Cash App. Much respect to you for showing love to Too Raw for TV. Alright, so Stephen A. Smith has anointed Steph Curry as the second greatest closer ever. On a recent episode of the Stephen A. Smith Show, the 56-year-old was asked who he would want taking the last shot of a game, Reggie Miller or Steph Curry. Smith stuck to his word and chose Curry, giving a compelling case as to why that was his decision. I still believe Steph Curry is the greatest shooter God ever created. I'm not saying he has the resume that says you take him over Reggie Miller in the closing moments. I'm saying he's so phenomenal as a shooter, I can't in good conscience pick anybody over Steph with the last shot on the line whose name ain't Michael Jordan. Well, this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? This is what pisses me off about having to do these videos sometimes. People put Curry on these unbelievable, like, Mount Rushmore positions or stature. And while I do believe he's an all-time great, I have to always defend other people. So Steph Curry fans take it as though I'm dissing Steph. And this is why I hate doing videos like this. This is why I don't even like talking about Steph half the time. You know, fan bases are so sensitive nowadays. But look, man, I've already seeded that I think Steph is the greatest 3-point shooter ever, by the numbers. Most threes made, most threes made. Still not most 3-pointers attempted, if I'm not mistaken. 42+% career 3-point shooter. I mean, when you look at the efficiency, the difficulty of shots, the distance of shots, the frequency in which he takes them, yeah, you got to give it to him as the greatest 3-point shooter ever. Greatest shooter ever, I'm still not totally sold that it's Curry. Because, I mean, you still got Kevin Durant there. And I just don't look at 3-point shooting as the only be-all, end-all shooting. But what helps Curry is the frequency of his 3-point shot, the difficulty of his shooting, and his free throw efficiency. Being the greatest free throw shooter definitely helps. But, I'm sorry, I watched Reggie Miller play. If I had to choose between Curry and Reggie Miller as far as taking and trying to make a difficult three under duress when it actually matters in the most pivotal games, I'm going with Reggie Miller. Hell, to be honest with you, where the fuck is Larry Bird in this equation? Because I know he put... The article I saw had Jordan number 1, then Curry number 2, and then, they had LeBron. I don't know why LeBron's in this fucking list. Why is he on this list? Okay, look, I get it to you. The man has unbelievable numbers that he's accumulated over a 21-year period. But as far as shooting the basketball, that's not LeBron's forte. LeBron's forte is turning into a human fucking wrecking ball and bowling ball his way to the fucking basket. That's not shooting. That's overpowering your opponents. But yet, new age fucking dick licks will get on Shaq for using his physicality, saying he has no skills when he was a big man. But anyway, where's Kobe Bryant in this equation? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, just 6 years ago, when Kobe retired, we were hearing his name as being possibly, if not the greatest closer, definitely one of the top 2 or 3. Now it's just funny. All of a sudden now, Kobe Bryant's just being completely erased from the equation. It's almost like they're trying to replace Kobe with a combination of LeBron when it matters or Steph when it matters. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. But anyway, Steph is a great player, but just look at the last playoff series. Everybody has bad shooting nights. Yeah, everybody has bad shooting series. But where was this great closer at in that series against the Lakers? All I remember was Brick City. Where was that great closer in the 2016 playoffs when they needed him in Game 7? Where was that great closer in 2019 finals, with the exception of that 47-point meaningless game? Where was the great closer then? Where was the great closer when they needed him in that play-in series against the Memphis Grizzlies that year? It was 2021. So don't get me wrong, man. The guy's a great player, but one of the greatest closers. Where's the moments? I'm not talking about like great 50-point games or 40-point performances. I'm talking about when they fucking matter in the postseason. He's had some. I'm not saying he hasn't had some, but I'm talking about against the top tier teams, not against Portland in the first round, not against some. Look, the one moment that pops in my mind that you gotta give him credit for is that Game 6 on the road against the Rockets in 2019. You got to give him credit for that. I'm not saying he hasn't had any, because that was a great, great performance. But more often than not, Curry is so-so when it comes to these types of performances. Hell, the man just won his first Finals MVP year before last. So no, I wouldn't say he's amongst the great closers. I would put him in a different tier. Greatest shooter? Yeah, I buy that. Definitely greatest three-point shooter. One of the greatest players of generation? One of the two greatest players of a generation, maybe. Yeah. Greatest closer behind Jordan? Nah. That's bullshit.